Hiya, this video is about my experience about the war in Sierra Leone 1997 when I was about 14 to 15 years old. And this happened, I think, a month after my birthday. So I was so excited about all the presents and everything I had, which I'll come and talk to you about very soon. Woke up one morning with a lot of loud bangs and loud noises and rapid fires of guns and stuff, and I'm thinking, what is this? What's happening today? What's going on? So I literally got off my bed and went towards the living room. Then I all of a sudden got shouted, so I quickly get down. Now, stay down, because there's loads of windows and stuff upstairs where we used to live, me, my mum, my sisters, and my dad. And underneath us was my sister and her husband and her husband's family, as well as my nieces and nephew. So literally stayed on the phone thinking, not tell me what's going on here. What is that? Only 15, just walking up, really scared and confused. And then we got told to say there's a war. And I'm thinking, oh great, no, the coupe again, I've got an exam coming on. Need to really concentrate on that exam. I can't be concentrating on this. I was a kid. The exam was more important to me. So, and then continuously happening, the rapid firing, guns, noises of the guns and noises of loud bang and smokes, and I realized this is not the normal coupe that we used to have. This is quite serious. So start getting scared, and my nieces and nephew was with us. So the best thing to do to calm myself down is sit on the floor and play board games. Some of my birthday present that I had, Snake and Ladder, Ludo. So we're playing some games, just hoping to say this is going to stop and things can go back to normal. As time goes by, it hasn't stopped, and literally I'm thinking, right, I've really got my exam, I need to study, this thing needs to stop, I need to get my grades, okay? And then I realized, okay, this is, again, it's scary, things are not changing, and all of a sudden there's massive bang on the gates downstairs, because they shut all of the gates to protect us, shouting and banging. And then when we, as a curiosity, I quickly looked out, and my mom shouted at me like, get back in and stay on the floor, because obviously she was scared. We can hear noises outside, the people, army or rebels coming in with holding different types of lethal weapons and stuff, like guns and stuff, coming into the compound and shouting and screaming downstairs and asking for things. And I'm upstairs thinking, God, my sisters and everyone's downstairs, I hope they're okay. Really scared. I think it really hit me there and then. But again, I had to stay strong, because I had my nieces, my nephew who's younger than me, and also my nieces were about 18 months, if I remember right. So I was like, we need to stay strong. So quickly went and got changed, to put clothing on instead of our PJs. And then we all went and stayed together downstairs to my sister's house, because it's safer for all in one place. And every now and then, literally might be every 10 minutes, half an hour, we'll run, they're shouting at us to quickly go into a room to keep us safe, all the kids and stuff. So quickly ran all into one room and stayed on the floor, shutting the windows. And I got kids really scared. There was about 15 or 20 of us in a room, to be deadly honest. Quite scary. And I chose to stay. I had to stay strong, and I chose to stay strong, because I got my niece who's 18 months is crying, that we're comforting her, my other nieces and nephew, my cousins, so most of the strongest. And we can even hear shouting coming in towards the hallway, asking who else is around here, all of that. As a kid, I really did not know what to do, apart from just comforting them, making sure they're okay, and telling them to be quiet, not to talk, just in case. At one point, we even heard them coming closer to the door. And they said to me, just sit quietly, say nothing, just be very quiet and be safe. Really scary, I really didn't realize how scared I was till later on. And at one point again, while we were in the room, we had a lot of gunfire outside, a lot of screaming, crying, shouting, banging. I'm thinking, great, my mom's out there, my family's out there. Really want to get out of the room, but stayed in, because they told us to stay in. We need to stay in. So we stayed together for about a couple of days. We realized this is not getting any better. So we then end up evacuated to the refuge area. On our way to the refuge area, we went, we literally, Mum only packed one bag for all of us, like me, my sisters and herself, in a hurry, which is grab whatever we can. And I'm thinking, no, I'm leaving everything behind, even my favourites, favorite present I've always been hoping for, that I wanted, a roller skate, and now I can't take it with me. I was begging my mum. Mum was like, that's not important. That is not important. And you know, I really took my Game Boy with me. That was important to me. Yeah, I know. I was a kid. So, okay, and then we went to the refuge. We arrived, a lot of shouting, screaming, people fighting to get in. And remember, they said only children's and women can come in. So I ended up having to say goodbye to the men, my cousins, my dad, and my brother-in-law. We went into the refuge area. We stayed in the refuge area, I think, again, about a week. Each day, we're coming downstairs, queuing up, waiting for our turn to be evacuated, carrying the bags up and down the stairs, going back upstairs when it's not our turn. You know, food was minimum, drink was minimum. We also got our 18-month-old niece. We had to prioritize with milk and water. So it was really scary. Slowly it started hitting to me, thinking I've left everything behind. But I was still, honestly, I was still hoping this will stop. I'll go back to my, normal life and go and sit my exam. That was the most worrying thing. In my head I'm thinking, what's going on here? Come on, this needs to stop now. I've got my exam and I've left everything behind, but it's okay, I'm going back to it. As time goes by, my sister had the Irish passport with her 3 children, so they had to be evacuated before us. So there's a time they went before us and got evacuated. So I had to say goodbye. I'm thinking, and reality started hitting me. Oh, they're gone. We're still here. And there's still things going on. So on that day that my sister was being evacuated, she forgot something. I can't remember what it is. It might be a passport or something for my niece. So I went and gave it to her and said goodbye to her. On my way back up, I literally did remember this. A guy, very strong guy, wearing an army uniform, grabbed me and physically threw me underneath the table. So I literally slid from one end to another underneath the table. Then everyone's going, shh, quiet, quiet, stay down. And I'm thinking, this is scary. My mum's upstairs. I really want my mum now. And then I'm hearing a lot of shouting and banging, talking in our language. They don't want to come in. They need to open the door. People are talking to us. You can't come in. All of that. It was really scary. And I was there thinking, I'm really shaking. My mum's upstairs. Don't know what's going on. I don't want to be down here and stuff. So that carried on for 10 minutes. Honestly, it felt like a lifetime. As everything calmed down, came back out, and the guy said, are you okay? I'm sorry, just because the rebels were trying to come in and we were letting them out. I said, I went back up to Mum. And I think the next day, it was when we went downstairs, took our bags and everything downstairs, we got evacuated. We got evacuated on a canoe. The canoe was really tiny and was packed. I can remember my mum screaming at me, put your hands in, don't touch the water. I was mischievous and like, I want to see the water. I'm in a boat, obviously, in a canoe. Oh, look, I can feel the water. Trying to really distract myself. And then we went to the fishing boats and got in, and it was really packed and honestly, all fishy smells and oil and everything. So we were there for 16 hours. Hardly any food or drink. People were getting really, really sick because of the environment, as well as they were worried and everything. And some people even lost their bags because it was so packed. They had, up to put as much as they can on the boat to take us to Guinea. On the nights that we're traveling to Guinea, it rained heavily as well. So, we had to stay downstairs worrying about it's raining, the sea is bad. We eventually arrived at Guinea. It was about 16 hours time, and when we arrived at Guinea, everything was fine, and I realized this is serious now. I'm not going back at all. What's happening? My dad's not here, some of my family is not here, so I'm thinking, oh God, this is real now. This is what it is. But again, I was young, I was with my family. I said, you know what, might be here for a couple of days, weeks, everything will settle, I will go back. But think about a week, still nothing, and then they were evacuating people to Lebanon, and I had the Lebanese passport. I'm the youngest, so I went with my mum, and I think one of my sisters and nieces and nephew as well. But my other sister didn't go, and my dad wasn't with us yet, so she didn't go because she was planning to go to the States because she had a visa for the States. So now I'm thinking, why am I going? I want to stay behind. But my mum said to me, no, I need to go. It's said, I need to be with her. I'm the youngest. My sisters are grown up now, so she explained it to me. So I went to Lebanon, You know, even on there to Lebanon, I'm thinking, yeah, it's okay, this is fine. Couple of while, I'm coming back. You know, till I arrived at Lebanon after a couple of weeks. You know, stayed at Lebanon in a new country, don't know their languages, don't know their culture, and loads of things there I was feeling restricted that I can't do because of their cultural life. As a kid, again, I didn't understand. I'm thinking, I used to do that in Sierra Leone. Why can't I do that now? Frustration started hitting me. Honestly, I was like a ticking bomb with my emotions. So cross, so angry. Every single thing used to makes me feel like I'm gonna explode. So, you know, then I realized, okay, that's, you know, because probably of everything that's happened. Obviously, I didn't realize that then. It's when I was writing about it and talking about it now, I start realizing, okay, that's the sign of it. So I was at Lebanon for about a year and a half. I think about 6 months, my sister, my nieces and nephew went back to Sierra Leone. And to be honest, that's when reality hit me now. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to stay here. I want to go back. They've gone back. But obviously we can't go back. You know, they went back because everything was settled. They had their family there. We were fighting to come to England because my sister, my dad, my other two sisters, sorry, and my dad was here. So we need to be reunited with them. So all of that, my emotion became even worse. I remember one day I really got cross that I even stood on the railing, jumped to the other side of the house and hid for about an hour. My mom went mental at me, but I was so cross, and I'm thinking, no, you know, I want to go back. This is not fair. You know, all of that. Really, as I said, I was like a ticking bomb. As time goes by, I started making friends. I went back to school, all in Lebanon. Started learning, you know, talking the language fluently. So I started enjoying it. And, yeah, okay, I'll stay here. After a couple of months, my mom told me, right, okay, we're going now to England. I went, again, I'm going to lose all of my friends and everything I've built over there. I've already lost all of my friends and my belonging ones. I'm going to lose it again. But it's okay. I'm going to see my sisters. That's why I'm coming to England. I'm coming to see the Prince and Queen. I actually did believe that when you're here, you can see the Prince and Queen. Oh, yeah, I was wrong. But, you know, I was a kid. So again, arrived at England in a new country, new culture, didn't come straight to school, didn't have any friends. As time goes by, I went to high school. I ended up had to do a year. I went to year 11, so I had to do 2 years work in 1 year for my GCSE. I really did struggle, and you know, 2 years work in 1 year, and I've only been in the school like 9 months, even less. So I really had to work hard, and again, my emotion, my temper became 10 times worse. That I ended up punching walls and not talking to people and being really aggressive. I'm not proud of it. But then I realized, you know what, Asma, this is not right. You know, I need to control myself because this is not who I am. So, start making friends again here in England and getting used to the culture and everything. And as time goes by, I research about NLP and EFT and realize, you know, me controlling my temper by breathing, taking time out, talking to people to say, this is okay. And I'm scared about doing things. Also, before all that, sorry, I did miss the part out, that I was not letting people in. I was such like a closed book and pushing people away. And I went, no, I'm losing all of my friends. This is not right. I'm here now with my family. I am lucky to be here. A lot of people are not. You know, I'm really lucky to be here. I can enjoy this and make friends. I'm lucky to have new friends and everything. So I will start controlling my breathing, start talking to people like, please leave me alone, I'm getting cross. Start changing my emotion, listening to music to calm me down, going out when I'm cross, going to have a breather. So, you know, I was doing all this strategy. So when I did my NLP, I realized some of these strategies, like reframing the way you think, changing your thoughts, it's all about NLP. I wish I knew that then. So I would have done so much changes. So when I started implementing my NLP and EFT on myself, I made humongous change in my life, and I started realizing this is what was happening. I never knew that then. I knew that now, and I'm really grateful for the change I've done. And yeah, for a 15-year-old, it's quite a scary experience, but you know what? I've moved on from it. Now I'm talking about it. So yeah, well, if you want to know more, feel free to contact me on aj.ic@yahoo.com to book our consultational call. If you got anything you want to work on, contact me on that email again. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Goodbye.